是对son son ji gan ji ngo wo ne rong san ju ngan si dun zip za ba la mu xie la so ran de dao song zhuo lo na ju la yer si son du nga jin de che jin chen nya su me pong xi wa jil la su sem chen tuan de nyer de dao chen na tam ban nam jin nin tsar de so good everywhere, or good morning here in the according the Dharma city, and everybody's there. Now we are again a little bit to analyze our own situation and try to ourselves to be more understandable person, or I don't know, realized person, conservative person, or compassionate, and more kind of wisdom. Try to, as much as we could, to be knowledgeable, I don't know, to understand our own situation. And of course, according to your compassions, you are not concerning only your situation or our own individual situation. Our own situations, of course, we all the time concerning. And I want, I need, I want to be like this, I don't want to be like this, I need that, I don't want that. I want to become this kind of person. I don't want that kind of person. Like also, we are generally speaking, I'm quite a very important person, but nobody's kind of to recognize me. Why? I should most important than the other sentient beings. Therefore, like we are concerned very much. And but this, therefore, I think it's we are wearing glasses upside down. There's many kind of the reasons. I mean, it's like this one is generally we are concerning very much, and therefore we are using sometimes selfish, like foolish. There's many kind of manipulators, dictatorships. There's many. Like I want to become boss, I want to become the director, I want to become rich, I want to become popular, I want. And then it's like concerning day and night, how about my relative, how about my family, how about my job, how about my house, how about my financial, and how about like this kind of everybody's concerning, everybody, every single sentient beings, and it's very difficult to concern the benefit for common, like a unique, how to say, worldwidely. I would to say it's like this, and there is like a Shantadeva, one Buddhist master. The Shantadeva, he said is to look the really obvious, the result, and the sentient beings thinking self-benefit, how they result. Buddha's concerning benefit for other sentient beings, concerning others, then is the consequence or the result, how it you can to share. Then is a completely different. In our worldly, normal way, we can to see sumo in your families. In your families, someone's concerning whole family, not the kind of the someone very much selfish to keep everything, and no generosity, no discipline, and there's almost no human qualities like kind of. Then even in our family situations, quite very difficult. If some in our families kindness, compassionate, and a lot of like kind of this person has affection, love, kindness, cheerful. And then this person is become the principal of the families, the holder of the families, to broad of the happiness. And also it's like all surround families are very happy, very happy. If in your families there's one person's very aggressive, often angry, shouting, and all the time is showing the like yesterday there's like a dumb or like a unhappy face. Maybe it's a compassionate way to concern the suffering sentient beings. Okay, you can become the master long retumba. That is okay, but not. It is like, oh, you didn't do me, like you are like this. I said you don't listen, blah, blah, blah. All the time, day, night, complain, aggressive. Then it's like even the families, oh, what can we do? Say, it's wanted to run away. And says like, I love my family, but no, I don't want to be theirs. Sometimes if you say it's like, why you become this kind of aggressive and compassionate, and no, what I did wrong. You as it, then it's a complaint to back, they never listen. Like this, now it's like according to your compassions, now to turn inward, what am I doing? How much I'm helping to my family? Am I kind? Am I really compassionate? Am I like a peace? Am I really like kind of selflessness? And then it's like this kind of changing process. We can change, absolutely. And there is like in the Buddha's teachings, you become Buddha, sentient beings, just a way of the thinkings, like a fundamentally based. We of course we studied in the Buddha nature's perspective. Buddha and sentient beings, there's no different. Absolutely same. But then way is different, way of the thinking is different, and then the consequence is different, then sentient beings and the Buddhas. And therefore, maybe until right now, maybe in the past, we is a little bit kind of according the stupidity, according the lack of the understanding, very much kind of the selfish, foolish, like all the time is making deceptive, and ourselves is like very much deceptive and manipulating these things. Now slowly, that is the negative. It is we understood. Now we need to change. Maybe in the past is a relationship or relation with family, relation like kind of friend, societies, maybe not very good, but maybe one in the perspective, others are faults, but maybe basically, maybe our faults. Maybe we are very, very strange. Sometimes make joke, it's like in my kitchen we call each other yaras. Yara means yak horn. And it's like if you 2-3 yak horn you put in the sack, they never go harmoniously, they go to round different way. And like this, we are a little bit kind of yagra, It's like a kind of, I'm doing very well, I'm doing it, but it's almost at your faults. And then it's very difficult to be together. And this perspective we can to change. Maybe someone's to all the time criticize to us, aggressive, then maybe we need through the compassion, the other persons really do not understand, other person has huge ignorance. And in this perspective, to forgiveness, to tolerant, to a little bit practice patience, and through the compassion, maybe slowly, it's become very nice, like often holiness says, to teaching Dharma in the world widely, everybody's become Buddhist. It's impossible. This is nothing, no needed. And how we can to make the really peace of this world. And then they say it's like, don't need to say to make peace to others. And you make peace yourself. And you make kind of to practice compassion. You make to make peace yourself. Then is in the 7 or 8 billions inside, one person is really to become the peacemaker. And you done like, there may be another imitating, maybe your family is imitating to you. Then is your friend, your society. Then is extended, not necessary to become the Buddhist. And everybody to be understood oneself's own defects. Then it's like kind of the words become peace. Therefore, when we be in the samsara, particularly in our human realms, we need to analyze how much sufferings to others, how much we are our own self-sufferings, how about our altogether situations. What I might say is like we concern very much self, what I mentioned to you, like this. But now it's like according to your compassions, like more concerning others. Yeah, like kind of when we follow the Buddha's message, he said, do not hurting, do not make problem to others, do not kind of the kill, or do not any kind of the harmful acting to the others. And you need to take example, do not do that. You need to take example, do not harm to others. That is like a very important message. If you consider it to benefit for others, if you do not hurting to others, do not disturb to others, you give love, your generosity, your kindness to others, your goal, your like kind of the wish is automatically, you don't need almost to put effort yourself something. It is the truth. For example, in our human societies, maybe someone's really concerned the centralized or the like a commune to benefit for everybody, to everybody of the family, everybody of the relative, everybody of the societies. And this person's wishes automatically. And there is one Lama, he says like, if you practice, maybe you never lack of the things. He said it's like, I haven't got nothing. I haven't got like kind of have no position, no like kind of any like wealthy things, nothing. I'm quite poor, but I don't need it. And he has maybe 100,000, he has student. And he says like, maybe, I don't know how much I have compassion, but I'm trying to practice compassion to constantly. Then you love me, and whatever, if I need something, you automatically to give me. That I appreciate my own compassion. You need to practice compassion. Your wish is automatic. Then therefore, he says, I'm telling to you, if you practice compassion, but your benefit is naturally, not necessarily if I practice compassion, then my wishes become the truth. That is selfish. This is not really compassion. Like you compassion to yourself. Fully, purely, utterly concerned to the benefit for others. It's really your kind of inner or like a wish, inner purification, inner goal, inner croissants, I don't know. Everything is naturally. This is really very much truth. Therefore, we are also now kind of the checking situation of the, particularly in our human societies, in the human realms, how much we have problems, how much we are no problems. I want to say that. Quite strange English, but doesn't matter. And when we really to look very carefully, I don't know, it's like 7 or 8 billions human beings. We are not free from the full stream of the sufferings. Everybody is born, it is truth, not kind of the exaggeration, and how much we sufferings. Here in the transcription says is mother and child is how much when they're born, this pain, sufferings. And then it's like also we are like once since we're born, and each moment, every week, every month, every years, then it's like a near and near for the death, and shorter is life. And then it's like some in the perspective or the some in the certain age, then it's like like coming like a old age, and make a kind of joke like my kind of the situations. Some human beings, like comparison is like 4 seasons already autumn, and then is the body of the trees is a slowly kind of die up. Of course, it's like in the autumn time is all the vegetations is become yellow, and kind of red is coming. That time is was as much as you put a manual taking care of. Sorry, they are going to like kind of die up. And this kind of autumn already arrived. Then is at that moment we want to go back to the summer and quickly to become the fresh, but this is impossible. This is nature. After the autumn, the season is inevitably is coming the winter, 100%. And then it's like during the winter times, then it's the trees, vegetations become the die, and then want to new flower, new kind of the leaves, and want to be fresh. It's the next one spring, like this. And the body is like there is such old age, is some in the point. There is obvious, and we kind of the to every day is be there, but very difficult for me. And when I look in the mirror, what is going on? Face and eye, everything's very, very bizarre, and difficult to believe myself. I'm become like this. More and more and more ugly. I heard it's like some old people, they don't want to look in the mirror. When they look at the mirror, they become more sad. Then they go to surgery, ask to the cosmetic cream, and then it's like there. This is the kind of the old age. And then maybe it's one day, surely it's a body slowly like kind of the tree die up. There any kind of like fertilizer of the food, medicine, and condition doesn't help. Then at least one day be sick. That means the signs of the die up. The bodies like want to disappear. And we are happy or not happy, we need to go through that. This is obvious. And in this perspective, what can we do in this life? Maybe it's like we can just say, yeah, it's okay, this is just normal way. And I want to watch football match, I want to watch kind of television, just to follow up the entertainment and like kind of pleasure, go to holiday and drink coffee. Yeah, that is more life is enjoys it. Yes, that is also wonderful. That is wonderful. But these things are the very much like kind of, how do we say, it's like a deceptive happiness. It is like, we say it's the relative samsaric, like a temporary happiness. And when you are very much excited, man, maybe you received something, or maybe you are healthy at that moment, and maybe someone's give present, maybe you receive some money, you receive the food, maybe you receive some clothes, or maybe it's like something, and then it's like happy is very, 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 very kind of smiling. But this one is for not forever. Just maybe few seconds, few hours, few days, few months, few years is very difficult. There's no guarantees. And then it's the end. We lost. Then we want to get again. Again is never ever. I'm analyze. And when I listen to music, when I was in the nomad, when childhood, in the nomad, you can't to hear the music. And later there is a radios came, how do you say? Radios came. And then you listen to a little music. Then there is maybe CD, some not CD, but cassette, some came. Then whoever's singing guitar music, wow, so nice. Then more increase, and then you choose. You like kind of children sending into the flower garden. One pick up, so many flowers, you cannot to choose. Like this sometimes, then it's like all the music, is nothing give me play, nothing. Like kind of expecting more and more nice, more expect, more nice, more expect. Exactly like this. It's like kind of the temporary and the relative happiness. Of course, it's without analyze. Is as much as we have, that much we need. Never be happy. And there is no education. Sometimes it's very, very difficult to have contentment, satisfy, or it's like kind of limitations, we would say. And therefore, in the worldly things, then finally, worldly kind of pleasures, happiness, also very much impermanent, very much changeable. The ending is like a little bit kind of the unhappy and kind of sufferings. And therefore, and the temporary happiness, of course, we need it, but maybe we can to searching more kind of the like a good happiness. And for the Buddhist perspective, maybe we're talking about enlightenment. Maybe it's like realize the realities. And maybe it is like more focus too quickly to really the nature. I mean, it's directly we are looking forward to in order to realize that the nature. And when we realize that the nature of the mind, that is our perspective. It is the forever happiness, and then it's like it's become the Buddha. And that is also it's like when you say like this, someone's, I don't know, what do you mean? Many also, even the Buddhist people, is like kind of confused. When they are meditate, recite, mantra, praise. For example, they meditate. Something may be beginning, the new, you begin enthusiastic, you maybe meditate very well. And some, there is some kind of maybe science experience occurring. Maybe it's like according your expectations. Now I'm become enlightened. Surely someone says, that time I have some experience. Am I enlightened? Maybe surely I've been enlightened. Really, yes. Do you have disturbing emotions? Yeah. But disturbing emotions. Yes, but how you can to make liberation? Do you know? It's how you can. I'm not sure, but seem I'm being enlightened, man. But then it's like some negative circumstance coming, and they are crying, and they are like kind of almost to be mad. I think Buddhas cannot become mad, And like this, but sometimes, of course, as Buddhist people, it's like many times confused. Then, of course, some people is just difficult. What do you mean enlightenment? And really to tell the truth means it's like kind of your own nature, your own potential, your own the facility or your own ability of your nature. You realize it. That is the forever happiness, forever beneficial. That is our goal. And it's really truth or not. Then we need to analyze, to study them. Without this analyzing, someone says enlightened. For example, any kind of religious perspective, most religious, they talking about enlightenment. Then it's like in the Buddhist, it's talking about enlightenment. Any others to be enlightenment. For example, if I would to say it's like, if I'm the Christianities, okay, I will pray the God. And then it's like, if I'm a really, really good practitioner, I fully dedicated to the God. And then it's like, I never ever like kind of the against the God. All the follow up the rule of the God. And then it's like, finally my goal is, and then it's like my soul is dissolved into the heaven or dissolved into the God or God take back. And then that is the end of the consequence. And then that we call the enlightenment. Maybe someone called the enlightenment. But that means you are not enlightenment. That means it's like God is become enlightenment. Or maybe is you mean I want to say is like, okay, you can dissolve into the God, and then there is forever happiness. Okay, maybe, but it's like if there is something separately, you still forever there is something. You are not a part of the God. If you are like completely immersed into the God, you are disappeared. And then it's like you cannot to say it's like you are the enlightened. Something is like but anyway you can to say the enlightenment. Like same as the others, like many religious spiritualities, they're talking about like kind of enlightenment, compassion, wisdom, enlightenment. Then sometimes we have kind of confused. In the Buddhist perspective, I mean to say is enlightenment means it's like you follow your own path and you liberated yourself. Then what? You become the Buddha. And you are not become the like a Buddha Shakyamuni, but you become the same level, realization, power, strength, and the same as the become the Buddha Shakyamuni. Buddha is like become. And that is we call you are the enlightenment. We would to say it's like, for example, you go to the university and you have your own teacher, Professor Moser, very, very famous scholar, and like this. Beginning you enter into these circles, maybe you and your teachers, maybe it's like big kind of a gap in the according the knowledges. Your teachers may be very, very high, you are low. But you are climb, and teachers give you his own he or she give educations. Then you climb. And then what is finally your enlightenment? I would to say your goal is that the Buddhist perspective. You need to become same as the equal of this teacher. And then you become this equal of the teacher, then you also professor more, and you reach in this level, then it's not different, same as the level. Like this, for example, when we follow the masters, lamas, and we are first time is okay, so someone's lama, okay, can you teach me Dharma? Maybe that moment, different level, student and the teachers, masters. And then slowly to master students have good relation, and then they give educations. Maybe some students become more like kind of the diligent, more determined, more kind of like this. Then they pass like kind of the overcoming of the path, booming is coming. Finally, sometimes the student is like more better than the teachers. But of course, the student appreciate, but teach like kind of the more kind of the, how to say, it's a benefit for the sentient. I make the joke now. For example, Buddhas, and now this the presently the holiness of the Dalai Lama. And if you can compare, maybe it's like worldwidely, holiness is become the more benefit than the Buddha. Maybe it's in the mentally realization. Maybe it's the same, and of course it's like holiness, respect to kindness of the Buddha. He's like the source of the like Buddha Shakyamuni. But when during the Buddha in a life, and just some in the small areas, only in India's, even there's no other nations. And after he passed away, then slowly his teaching is spread them during them. For example, this holiness, how many like kind of worldwidely, and he's kind of the express the Buddha's teaching. How many is like this? Maybe sometimes it's like many like this kind of happen. Of course, teachers marvelous. In the ancient, is for example, I may try to follow the Nyingma traditions, but for example, great practice, great perfections path, and there's the kind of the lineage. First, maybe it's like principally our teacher is in this world, Garab Dorje. And the Garab Dorje, he has only one student. After there is like the Shirasingha, Jamprashenye, then is entered through the Guru Rinpoche's, the more and more profound, more and more like this kind of coming. Sometimes it's like a student and teachers, students become more higher like this. That means it's like you'd be the level of this like Buddha or the teachers. Then it's we call the enlightenment, and you are the like kind of the source of happiness. That is the enlightenment. Then is in our life we thinking about freedom from the sufferings, from the defects of the samsara, and particularly in this human life. We say it's like we are obtained the human existence, and also it's like we have all the intact, or the fully maturated, or all the organs and faculties, everything is fantastically. And then it's like we have great opportunities, and also we met teacher to receive the Buddha's teaching, and this kind of the great condition, great opportunity. This one is like we cannot to spend useless way, like should quickly to use. Therefore we are studying Dharma. Therefore we are contemplating our life, our situation, and like this. Then it's like, okay, you practice Dharma, you follow up the Buddha. They actually, what is your goal means? That is benefit for enlightenment. I want to be enlightenment because it's like without enlightenment, very difficult to help other sentient beings. And that's our goals. Therefore, we are searching. And now it's like when we are the whole unique of this samsara, and included the three world of the realms, and wherever we go and wherever we be, and this situation of the samsara, hold the samsaras, is like a kind of like a suffering contained. Wherever we go, there is not really difficult to have perfect happiness. And therefore we understood that now it's like we want to fully to practice Dharma. And also it's like this time is we are more focused on defects of the samsara. That is also such, there is a reason. Yesterday we said is Buddha, he told to us like 3 times in this world. And but most important, and like the teaching, he started Four Noble Truth. In the Four Noble Truth, and the first time he says, monks and followers, first you should to understand the truth of the sufferings. And therefore he started to talking about sufferings. And then it's like if we have like such to realization of the sufferings, then maybe it's like we want to cure, or how do you say, to pacify or purify and this sickness. And then this sickness is without a cause, it's a never existence. This sickness is a cause, is that we call the truth of the origination. Truth of the origination, it is the ignorant or the disturbing emotion, and then it's action. This is principally there's true. And then there's many different, through these different activities, in the result is different sufferings. And like this, and therefore it's like really we need to analyze and put it into practice until you are like kind of become completely convinced and certain of it. That really is like samsara is completely, fully I understand defects of the sufferings. And we need to run, we need to be, how do you say, we need freedom from this samsara. Now I really realized how much is the defects in the samsara, these sufferings. Therefore we say it's like samsaric things, like totally like kind of the convinced. They don't want. And this kind of the understanding of the certainty of it, and really it's like maybe sometimes we are a little bit happy, and then it's like we forgot the suffering of the birth, old age, sickness, death. Even someone's talking, difficult to listen, difficult to contemplate, difficult to meditate. I don't know old age, I don't know sickness, I don't know the death. Why you are talking about? You are not going to old age, sickness, death? I don't know, sir. But certainly something happened, then they are running like this. Most like not very much concerned. But now it's like we are according the compassion, our own compassion, and our own like kind of the analysis, and our own education. And we need to appreciate our own self. Wow, this time is a good boy, good girl. I understood this samsara perfectly. Then it's like how I can to do now, how I can to run, how I can to make free myself to others. And now I understand this thanks. And make joke, okay, there is 2 girls, and then it's like one ladies came. These 2 girls speak perfect English. And but there's another lady, she's English, is a little bit some English. And then this some lady's English says, where are you come from? They say, we are come from England. Where? England. Maybe I don't know. England, where is? Okay. And then it's, what is your father's jobs? Dad's jobs. What is your dad's job? Sorry, what? And then it's like these 2 ladies says, hey, some lady, what is your dad's name? Dad? I'm not dead. What do you say? No, what is your the dad's jobs? Oh, my dad's job, what do you mean? And then other this says, don't say like this, maybe you can do the father. What is your father's job? Now I understand. My father's job like this. Sometimes it's like we say, it's like, do you know the samsaric defects? What? Samsara defects? I don't know. Do you know the samsaric sufferings? Now I understand. The defect of the samsara is suffering. So, oh yes, now I understand. Like this, maybe it's like without to analyze, it's very difficult to understand. We analyze, then says, now I understand. Okay, how we can to do so. And therefore, the maybe is last this how do you say is Patrul Rinpoche's conclusion. It's a poetic way. There's one verse, and he says like this. I don't like reading this glasses, but I see that samsara is suffering, but crave it still. It's a truth. And he say, of course, he says I like kind of the see, really honestly, a kind of the obviously, directly to see the samsara is the full of the sufferings. But my mind is very much crave it still now, and like kind of the clinging, and there's no kind of the renunciation, no kind of the determination to be free from the still kind of the crave, clinging, demanding to the samsara. We hated samsaric suffering, but we have such a crave. And this is like a kind of the truth. Sometimes some people like a kind of they take a drug, alcohol, and poisons. When they eat, they kind of that some is like they give us like a kind of very strange temporary pleasures, and then it's like they like very much. They say there is one guy, one person is I don't know, one person's a very funny person, and he like very much kind of the torch. And then this person says, can you put, melted candle under your body? And then this melted candle is coming into the pain and like kind of sometimes coming the pistol. And of course, maybe he's healthy, but it's burning a little bit. And then someone's put in the whole back, everywhere is the hot melted candle. And then and then often as they do, are you really happy? So yeah, please can do. And certainly he too much burn, needed to go to the hospital. And then it's like a few months in order to recover that. And he recovered everything. During this time, suffered very much, difficult to wearing clothes, difficult to see it, but then everything is become quiet, recovered, and then I want to do again. And because it's just the pleasure of the pain. Sometimes it's like people, beings is very funny. And one is like real sufferings of occurring, samsaric sufferings occurring. Maybe we are like making lamentation sound, and very much mind is suffering. But when we are doing the cause of the sufferings, very happily, like clinging. This therefore say, I fear the obese of the lower elements, like a hole in the dig in the ground. It's like this in the lower elements, the hell, hungry ghosts, animal elements. Absolutely is like the worst obese, and but like continue to do the wrong things. That means it's like we don't want to be in the lower elements, but is we all the time is doing the cause which is make the rebirth in the lower elements. Believe me, and those who have gone astray like me, say astray, a wrong path, samsaric path, negative path, wrong path, And this kind of wrong path followers to calling and kind of the, like, how to say, supplicating to the three jewels. Or the teacher says, please bless me, like same as me, who is like kind of the follow the astray path, like kind of the follow up the wrong path, like to me, and to quickly to put in the right path of the liberations, like this, that we may and sincerely renounce the thinkings of this life, and then therefore it's like a kind of the sincerely and determinedly to understand the samsaric sufferings, and then it's like a thinking of this life. There is like kind of the, I think, which gehis to say all the time is renounce of this life, renounce of this life. So this life is like kind of the looking for the life's goal, means how I become the popularity, how I become the rich, how I become something worldly. This is kind of the like samsaric or worldly concern is to quickly to give up and to follow the right path and to practice quickly Dharma. And this was the explanation written to recognize the suffering of the samsara. I want to say thanks, appreciate very, very much, and your studies. I mean, it's like this time is, I don't know, someone's maybe happy, someone is maybe is not very happy. There's different reasons. Maybe I would say is one basic reason my English is horrible. I'm very sorry. And also it's like second, my explanation is just nothing. But it's our family situations. I might did best like this. And my perspective, I'm very, 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 very happy. Why? I revealed kind of again to study the defects of the samsara. I need for myself, I'm kind of follow the Buddha, kind of the study Buddha's teaching, but according my laziness, according my wrong minds, according to my kind of the arrogant, jealousy, and also it's like a proudness, and it's not really kind of follow. It's like how do you say? Longchen Pai says, Dhammalis beggars. Really, it's like the reality is I am like really much Dhammalis, and the like kind of beggar, and it's myself. Is I'm like kind of checking every day how much I'm concerned with the benefit for sentient beings. Every day how much I'm kind of remember the Buddha's teachings. It's almost zero. And in these kind of situations, to be great, my family is with you, then there's no choice. And says, can you tell them if I'm like kind of cannot to say any, I'm embarrassed. Then it's like, oh yeah, I'm a Lama, I need to talk. Then I need to push myself to studies. Then finally, it's such kind of benefit. And so then it's like also more into to concern the impermanent. I can to more, it's like to reduce into this life's planned, this and that. Maybe if I will do like this, then maybe something. I have a lot of kind of the like crammit thoughts, or crammit, or I don't know. It's like kind of the dirty thoughts. These thoughts is nothing benefit for sentient beings, nothing kind of benefit for myself. These kind of thoughts only make me confusion, ignorant, and it's like big kind of give me obstacles. And like this, but it's like according with you, we are chatting and study together, and then it's a little bit benefit. I want to thank you. To maybe we can to stop, or we can to stop there. And also today is like a kind of the Sunday, it's a holiday, and that is one information. Maybe I want to be, it's like good, the 10 o'clock. And you want to continue until 12 o'clock, or we can to stop there. And also there's maybe today we can to say it's like, I don't know, maybe we said now today we stop until maybe 10 days, probably we are kind of holiday. And then we will see, it's like we can continue to study Word of My Perfect Teacher, or is we can to next, this is general Buddhist course, like very sorry for you, but I want like very much to see here in Dharma cities, but it's this year not that case. And I hope maybe you can do a little bit receive the support, and maybe you can to continue to study. The next, generally, next one is start first Heda. And also this year is we can to study very different texts. Maybe it's very difficult, or maybe if you agree with me, then we can continue to study Word of My Perfect Teacher. And then is next chapter we can to start after the 10 days, if everybody is happy and like this. And then maybe, what do you think, we stop there? Question. Okay.
Thank you very much, Rinpoche. Very happy with the course you have holding with us. And I think I speak for all of us when I say that we would very much like to continue the studies of this fantastic book and text. And we received a lot of messages from people around the world who has been listening to our teachings, your teachings. And they are as follows. Nadesha from Russia. We are so grateful to Patrul Rinpoche for his immense generosity, that is, making this teaching available for anyone and for devoting so much of his time to us. We send our huge gratitude for these detailed explanations and on how we should analyze in order to develop disgusts with samsara and compassion to all sentient beings. We are looking forward for the continuation of these teachings in any way that is comfortable for the teacher. Another person from Russia says, "Precious teacher, with all my heart, I want to thank you that despite the fact that your mind has fully realized equality and gone beyond the sufferings of samsara, you are constantly turning the wheel of Dharma for our minds. Your love is like the true love of a mother who sees only the good in her children and who devotes her whole life to their benefit. The power of your compassion destroys the root of conceptual elaboration in our mind, and it makes it possible for our natural wisdom to shine. Seeing our true essence, the pure Buddha nature, you show us absolute happiness and joy. Please always abide as essence of our heart, and if it will be auspicious, could you give us teaching on the true words of the great Rishi? Thank you." The Polish Sangha says, "Dear Rinpoche, from all Polish Sangha, we would like to express our deep gratitude for this precious teaching, for the inspiration we feel thanks to your words, and a chance to orient our minds in the direction of Dharma. Bless us, we pray, so that we are able to use properly the opportunity of receiving such profound instructions on our path, and without wasting any time, may we make our short lives meaningful. May your life be long and health be strong. from the Polish Sangha. Takashi says, thank you Rinpoche for shaping up my lazy practice. Takashi. Sheko Sugisha Shigashi. Chiku, dear Rinpoche, I could feel every day how deeply you are caring about your students. All your teachings give me strength to continue my investigations about bodhicitta. Emi Nakamoto says, dear Rinpoche, thank you very much for this precious opportunity. For such a long time to study with you, you teach me, whom with full of pride and delusion, how to practice patience and loving kindness. If it would be allowed, I wish to receive your teachings all the time. Instead, I can only repay by practicing the teachings you bestow on us. Thank you very much. Palms together. Hiroko Kawai. Everything was fantastic in this course. Especially, I was impressed by the fact of all pervasive suffering. It is so true. Then I would like to practice with the 3 supreme methods. I asked 2 questions during the course, and the answers were very relevant to me. The answers dispelled my doubts. I appreciate Rinpoche and other staff members who made this course come true. Thank you very much. Etsuko Kato says, your teachings make me very happy. I hope your teachings will continue. Thank you very much. Masayuki Shimao says, I have been very grateful that I could listen to your teachings for these 3 weeks. Last spring, I met you for the first time in the Dzogchen in Japan. I really enjoy receiving the Dharma teachings. I pray for the health of Rinpoche and all of you. May the Dharma permeate as many people as possible. Thank you so much. Satoru Shinohara says, I'm very thankful to Rinpoche, who continues to bestow the teachings of Buddha with great patience on us. I'm a driver of delivery truck, so during my job, I am praying with big voice and also meditating, following your advices. Dear Rinpoche, please lead me all the time. Hamako Oka, following the teaching of Patrul Rinpoche, advice to myself. Now you bestowed this streaming course on us. It was very clear, very powerful, very wonderful teaching. Thank you very much. I pray, through having interest to this teaching, studying it, and developing our wisdom and impartial compassion towards all sentient beings, may we quickly reach the state of liberation, which is perfect peace, perfect happiness, without any labels, which cannot be destroyed by anything or anyone. Please continue to teach us authentic Dharma until all sentient beings would be liberated and until samsara is emptied. Thank you very much. Emiko Inu, I have been wishing to express my gratitude towards Rinpoche. Many years ago, I practiced at Gondro, but I made slow progress. I thought it would be no problem. I would just keep on doing it my own pace. At that time, I had an opportunity to listen to your teaching regarding the defects of samsara in Japan. You said, the sufferings of the 3 lower realms are tremendous. What should you do if you were there? They need to be liberated immediately, right now. If you say you cannot help them because you are busy in this life and ask to wait for the next life, you would drive them to despair. Then I recognized the lack of my compassion, and this recognition became the driving force of my practice. Thank you for both excellent teachings at that time and now. Norio Kameyama. In such a difficult time, when COVID-19 is spreading everywhere, when no one in the world can go outside, when no one's stability of life is guaranteed, in the middle of such sadness and sense of helplessness, you bestow this supreme compassionate teaching every day, besides all the difficulties of your own health. You have shown us the example of diligence. Your teaching is very clear and delightful. I'm very happy to study this text with you. Thank you from the depth of my heart. Mio Kamayama, Tashidile Rinpoche. I will strive to combine the virus of wisdom and compassion to dissolve COVID-19 virus according to your teachings. I generate compassion to the patients, victims, their families, and medical staff, including volunteers regarding COVID-19. I pray for all the sentient beings, including them, for their peace and try to repay their kindness. May you, dearest Rinpoche, be healthy, happy, and live a long, long life. Please bestow your live teachings continuously on us. Thank you so much. Tamara Ringa, thank you for every precious word. Many thanks to everyone who made the transmission of teachings possible. For as long as space endures and for as long as living beings remain, until they may, I too, abide to dispel the miseries of the world. Cecile Put, thank you Rinpoche for your teachings. They put light on my understanding of my mind and help me to be more aware of all sentient beings and their conditions and sufferings. Thank you for awakening compassion and blowing away part of my ignorance. Thank you. Please keep teaching all of us. Thank you to the Sangha and all those who made the transmission of these precious teachings possible. Anton Muskin, Rinpoche, thank you very much. For your students who can't be with you right now, it was a great opportunity to receive teaching and answers. We need such webcasts. Please do it again in the future. Alain Marcel, your love and compassion made possible following the teaching and retreat at home, as well as the devotion of students who are with you in Dharma City. Thank you. Jakub Sranecki, everywhere is the holy nature and teachings of the beings like you, Rinpoche, but our egos cuts us from seeing it. Irene Scalvini, thank you, dear precious teacher. Kali thanks the team who made it possible. Dasha Guzeva, I wish this teaching course will never end. Tudiche for these precious explanations, especially for deep comments on Langchenpa's quotation. It helped me very much. Also, thanks for your replying questions. Hope to meet you as soon as possible. Terence Xu, dear Rinpoche, your precious teachings like pouring rain in my desert-like mind. Your unconditional compassion awakens my forgotten bodhicitta nature. A big thank you. Dear Rinpoche, thank you for these wonderful teachings in these difficult circumstances. May favorable conditions occur quickly, that this wonderful Gompa will be full of our brothers and sisters and listen to you more and more. May we be able to apply the teaching in our daily life and benefits for all sentient beings. With love, Pema Drolkar. Anton, thank you for these teachings, Rinpoche. Best wishes for all organizers and all precious members for attention and tricky, clever questions. Looking forward to continuing in the nearest future. Ajahn Van Dam, Rinpoche, thank you for teaching and clarifying these wonderful instructions. May all be free from samsara soon. Irina Timochenko, dear Rinpoche, thank you for making it possible to participate and study. It is very pleasant for us to hear you. This teaching has changed and developed my understanding a lot. Olga Amirova. Rinpoche, thank you very much for your loving kindness. I wish one day we can all meet personally. Gilsa, Angel, grateful, my perfect teacher, grateful by your loving kindness. May all beings be free and happy. Yana P, thank you very much, Rinpoche, for all your teachings and all organizers for the transmission. It was feeling of presence in Dharma City, but I was looking forward to be there really. Good health. And then one person. Okay, sorry, it's 3 more. Dima says, million thanks to Rinpoche from Ukrainian Sangha. Nadezhka says, Rinpoche, thank you so much for this teaching, your ability, for this ability for us. Radovan says, thank you, dear Rinpoche. Dear Rinpoche, thank you with all my heart for the teachings you have given. Thank you for the opportunity to participate in online learning. It is priceless. Agata. Only you can save the world. What? Qi Wang Zhuang Hao. Thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you all of you. Love you. And still continue taking care for this pandemic, and hope see you soon. And also through the internet, maybe after the 10 days, probably we can do chat again. Thanks for your kindness. Thanks for your compassion. Thanks your affection, love, and kindness. Thank you, La.
So I would like first to apologize for Noble Sangha because I will use we in this speech, so not I. From all over the world we have gathered, and all over the world is our perfect place. The perfect place where we study and practice. The perfect place of good everywhere. Guru Tsoche Dorje, Pema Sambhava, Jarwa Longchenpa, Rizin Jigme Lingpa, Buddha Shakyamuni, Chenrezi, Noble Tara. You are the embodiment of all the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas, Yidams, Dakini of the 3 times. More precious to us than any of them and all of them together. A noble Sangha gathered across the world, manifesting the perfect trainings of listening, analysis, and meditation, traveling the 6 realms of existence with unshakable bodhicitta and courage. You are the hope for the future generations of beings. A perfect teaching, the basis for the most profound Dhamma path. It is the seed for renunciation, the head of the Dharma, to be born within one's mind. It is the fertile ground for bodhicitta, the body of the Dharma, to sprout and flourish within one's mind. It is the best fertilizer and food for the perfect view, the legs of the Dharma, to grow strongly and encompass all phenomena. the perfect time, the time of good any time, morning, midday, afternoon, evening, night, every one of them, and none of them, just a constant flow of wisdom and compassion. It's amazing. You are our heart. It's amazing. We offer you our heart. It's amazing. We will follow you everywhere you go. It's amazing. We will be your servants and the slaves of all sentient beings. It's amazing. We will tame our mind according to the Dharma. It's amazing. Never stop teaching us this unmistaken path. It's amazing. Never separate from us. It's amazing. You are our heart. Whatever tiny drop of understanding, compassion, love, bodhicitta or merit we have accumulated through all times, we gather these drops into an immeasurable lake. And we dedicate this lake to the perfect enlightenment of all beings without exception, to your long and healthy life, to the long and healthy life of all perfect Dharma teachers and practitioners, and to the long life of the teachings. We beg you to never stop teaching the Dharma. Always stay in samsara for the benefit of deluded beings like us. You are our heart and our only hope, and we will do our very, very best to follow you and try to repay your immeasurable kindness. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Your poetic is so nice. Totally poetic. Exaggeration. Sorry. And but anyway, it's like you are my heart. You are my source of refuge. Thank you very much, all of you. Thank you.
Nide Janpadi Sanju Chikdu Mikte Pulwai Drok Namda Shingla Shopar Sho Om Amara Nidze Wanti Soha Nangton De Chen Shomi Dorje Ku Sen pe long tso rabje jar kunji ngo tsara shi zu gande churpe ku jurme kui dorje shabten so rakton gakpa me pa dorje sung yen lai du chu za san chu chi ra Zhu le sampai xin ten long she zok ga me song gi durje shab ten so rik ton che ga ni ra do je tuk zab sa ye she che kun jung wei yin chab da jar we nying po che chi ku Churme tuji dorje shabten so kuncha kala Trile ni me jong Char nu yong jar pende nong wai chen Ten zhe pen sa je pe nyer so cho Kalpa jam so rab tu sarajur chi shabsi chudar san yang po malu jalwe sang zin Senpe namror gandur terto
Natso Chile Rogachen Nado Jola Shilnen So Sun Drel Tse Joe Pagonche Pema Chile Shedro Nima Tato Shape Tenjo Jik Shi Chojalo Sal Nimbo Malu
Jarwe Sangzin Senpe namror gandur terto Natso Chinle Rorgachen Ngade Jolai Shenyen Surzun Jetsi Jowe Palgunche Pema Chinle Shedrum Nyema Taktu Shape Tenjur Chi Sabshi Chajal Wesa Nyimpo Malu Jalwe Sangzin Senpe namrol gandur terto natso chinle rorgachen Ngadu jolai shenyen surzun jetse jowe palgunchi Pema chinle shedrum nyema Taktu shape tenjur chi sabshir Korve shinkamsu
Sante pa danger ji. Now your long life prayer, okay? O me ya benza guru O me ya benza guru O me ya benza guru Senjene ba jerne ba nyardane le tajerji Ndrone na male ba tadan jongwa me parsho Maintenant, dans d'un bâton, sont des jeunes de bâton. Quand je semble la sopa, j'ai sendon danger. Song Dong Lao Sama Hyun La Ji Penze La Ye Ta Hi Ni Jer Te Dele Samba Ye Yan De Pa Tong Tsere Ne Me De Hye Den Bar Hyo Hyongche Sancho Rinpoche Ma Hi Pa Na Hi Jer Ji Ishi Pa Nyam Ba Me Pa Tong Koni Kondon Pera Shui Dinzen Tu San Sab Gezak Tenri Saba Me Ba Ye Shi Jeng Korsan Yonda Chenbe Jitan Ni Le Zo Pare Chenbe Londa Ai Karma Radar Marman Don Yamara Sarva Chebat Mala Lota Tanta Ben Du Ye Chuna Te Da Da Nondra Reisa Hanga Chuku Ngo Kodon Ye She Rorba Jamli Sapson Nanjuri Chembe Nyamla La Yirme Tuje Til Roji Hoi On Benza Satu Samaya Mani Palaya Benza Satu